how is everybody? Glad to have you all here today. I've already kind of pre-prepped my nails at this point because, like I said, you guys really probably don't want to listen to me and watch me do a bunch of dip that takes forever. So I've used two colors. I used 226 from Azure as the plain red, and then for the glitter I used 252. And as I recall, I think I got these in one group together. So that's what I've used today. And what I'm going to do and try and do is some sweater nails. So I've got Maniology's plate M337, and what I'm hopeful to do is to put some sweater nails on the reds and keep the glitters as my accent nails. So that's kind of my plan here today. And in doing that, I'm probably going to do more along, I'm not really on this, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I do have Frozen B316 as the color I'm going to use on top. I thought about Bam White, but I think that would be too stark for what I'm really looking for. So there's a whole bunch of these here, and I think that's what I'm going to use for the most part. Is I'm going to try and do mostly kind of like a French tip with them to kind of see how that works. So you and I are going to work on doing this together. I've got my monocle stamp here, I've got my Frozen, I've got my smudge top coat, and after I do my stamps, then I'll go back over everything with a layer of transparent dip on those. I finished these are all finished, the glitter ones are completed. So let's see if my plan for this actually works, or if this is a big fat fiasco. So I really like this one here. I'm going to use this one as one of my Frenches. So we'll use that, and we'll just pull it over, and we will pick that up. That looked pretty good. All right, and so I'm going to take off some of that I don't want, of course, and hopefully you can see this, and take off this top here that I also don't want. Odd that is not coming off. So that's all right. You know what? Tape does a wonderful job, especially when I'm trying to get into just little areas. It always picks it up. So I'll just use a little bit of tape here, get that picked up. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this on my first nail. Okay, so hopefully you can see this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right on the top, tippy top, just like I would a French. Okay, and that did not stick because these are so dry. I'm going to need a little sticky base coat, which means I'm probably going to have to redo that too, and that's fine. All right, I'm back with my sticky base coat, because I'll redo that stamp. Go ahead and take it off of my monocle here, because that took a while to really do what I needed it to do. But I liked the idea when I saw it, so we're going to go ahead and run with that. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and clean off my plate first, and then I'm going to take that particular nail and put a little sticky base coat on it, and then re-stamp that design, and then it should be just about perfect. So let's go ahead with that. And doing those lines, it got too dry. So that would be probably why that didn't work very well. All right. There we go. And again, I'm just going to take my tape because it's easier when I'm trying to get those lines. There we go. pick up? There we go. All right, so with that being done, this should be just about ready. And I'm going to use just one side because I'm going to do the other one on the other. So there we go. We're going to just put that there. And there we get a nice French. Now I'm going to take this one over here and do a little sticky base coat on it as well. And let that sit for just a minute or two. So hopefully these are cute as I think they're going to be. And it's got a little holly between the little X's. I'm going to try and put one of the hollies right. And maybe I can't. It's going to be off to the side because of the way I did that. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter on this. And remember, once you commit, you commit. So even if it wasn't exactly where you wanted it, and that didn't come off at all, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of acetone and just kind of wipe that off. Because on top of the dip, I can do that. It will make it a little bit messy. And then I have to put top coat back on that. But that's okay. So now we'll do sticky base coat again, and I'm just going to redo that one stamp. I probably did it a little too soon. Sticky base coat really should dry for about 30 to 45 seconds before you try to stamp on it. And I was a little ahead of that. So we're just going to redo that, and this time maybe I'll actually get the holly that I want. So I'm just going to do it this way. Go. There. Back to getting some of that off with the tape. There. All right. Now we should be able to do this just fine and get the little holly thing right in the middle. There we go. That was a perfect lay down. There. So, there we go. So this is just going to be a real quick mani. I don't want to get too crazy with it. I just want something classy and easy. A weird feeling. Note to self, acetone eats tape. Did not know that. I do now. Okay, so for the next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and, because I want a full one, I want a full nail too. Put my sticky base coat on my ring finger here. Put it on there so I can get to it. Go ahead and make sure I get enough polish on that to cover it. There we go. It's a little wonky. I think I'm going to get my ice cube out and try it. That was just a little wonkier than I wanted it to be. So I'll grab an ice cube stamper and do it. There we go. little sideways, but it's still fine. There we go. A little bit of sticky on there. That again. Okay, there. Let that sticky base coat dry just a little bit more. Even now, go ahead and clean this plate off. All right. And because my fingers are kind of wide, I just kind of use the rest of that was left on there to fill in. And that works just fine. All right. Now for the last one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same design with the holly in it, only I'm just going to do it down the middle of the pinky. So here we go. Now, I guess I should probably do a little base coat on these because it's been a while. And I'm going to do it on the other one too at the same time because hopefully I can do a double pickup. Or not, because I forgot. It's gonna be a lot longer than what I did for the French. But that's okay. Here we go. And I want to take the rest of the other one off too, that I don't need for this, because I'm going to go right down the center of my pinky. I don't want that part of the design. There we go. There we go. It's cute. And yeah, it's not long enough, so I'm gonna have to do it again, but that's what I figured once I got started with this, that I would have to do that. But that's okay, my sticky base coat is still good. I'm just gonna take some of that. So what I do next with these when I am kind of doing them like this is I'll go ahead now and do the smudge top coat over the paint, because you don't want that to smudge. Although I am going to admit I don't really like these, so I'm going to do these different. And yeah, you can. That's the beauty of this. You just take it off, put a little top coat back on that, and do something different, which is what I'm going to do because I didn't really like the way that looked. So don't be afraid to do that. If you don't like the way, if it didn't come out the way you think it's supposed to, don't be afraid to do that. It's perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and look here for a different, let's do these big ones. Let's do that instead. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back with the sticky base coat on top of that. On top of both of those. Because I wiped that off with the acetone. And then I'm going to go back in. Okay, there. Now I've got this, and I should be able to do both of these from one stamp. So I'm going to do this one here, right in the middle. Oh, I definitely like this better. And this one here. Note to self, don't try and oversell it. Yeah. Because remember, once you've got your dip coat, your dip on there, you can do a lot of redos before you have any issues, because you have to actually soak that dip off after you get the shiny top off. So you can do a lot of redos, which is good because I obviously need to do a lot of redos. All right, so we're gonna do that one more time, and I promise this time I will get it right. I just tried to do too much, and I just need to remember that that's just not the way it's meant to be done. Just do it like it's supposed to be, and you'll have no problems. Quit trying to be, overly efficient like I was. Because in the long run, it just makes it worse. There we go. There, I got it that time. So that is my sweater manicure that I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and smudge coat these, and then do the top coat, the dip top coat, in case you want to check that out. If you don't, then I'm so glad you were here. Stop by. Again, if you've been here more than once, you know nothing ever goes as planned the first time around. And there we are. So clean off my mat here. So it's good and ready to go. So go ahead and smudge free these. Locks that stamp in so that it doesn't come off. There we go. And again, voila. There we go. So then I go back to my dips and my translucent here. And this is what makes sure that I don't chip. Because even though that's locked in with a smudge-free top coat, personally for me, if I don't put a dip coat over that, I will chip the paint every time. So I will go back in, let that dry another second or two, and do a dip top coat. I use my 2-in-1 base and top coat and my activator from Azure. So I'm just going to go ahead and go right on top of this and throw it and put it right into the you can see that's a little fuzzy, but that'll be it'll clean up just fine when we finish the process. So it'll be just as clear as they are now. Okay. Do this next. And I only do one coat of the transparent. That's all I need, just to encapsulate that so that it doesn't get chipped or anything like that. There we go. Put that back. I don't need any more of that. And you can see how it's starting to clear up. This means it's drying. Be in good shape here to brush off any excess. And then go in with the activator. still go ahead and do the 2 coats of activator to make sure I get that top coat ready. There we go. Now, as usual, make sure you grab a paper towel so that you can wipe off your brush after you go in on top of the activator, because you don't want to have any issues here. Voila. Go. All right, this week's sweater nails. Let's turn these around. So that are this week's sweater nails. I'm really liking those. They'll be really cute. They're festive as well, but they're also wintry and not exactly Christmas yet, because I'm not quite ready to do Christmas nails. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all the good things. And until next time, be safe out there. Bye, everyone.